This is your family's first and most important line of defense against Mother Nature. When she strikes, make sure you call the people that I trust, my family and friends at Exterior Home Solutions. Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill. Brent, got to hear from Darrell Sims and a quartet of Vols, a couple of receivers, a couple of running backs. Let's just start with Deshaun Bishop, who I told him afterwards, I said, man, you've grown up a ton since high school. I mean, like just very like transparent, talked about like how the injury ended up being a good thing for him because he wasn't doing the right things off the field, and it kind of zeroed his focus in on something that he loves, which is football, and definitely taking advantage of the opportunity to this point.
Yeah, and he's a good football player. I mean, that's never been a question, I don't think, from a talent standpoint. It was kind of where the focus was going to be. How dialed in would he become at this level? Because it was pretty easy for him in high school. Yeah. So how would it be when he got to this level? And I think he's matured greatly. I think you could hear that in the interview. You could tell that in the interview. And as you said, every time they have a scrimmage, his name gets mentioned. And he's taken full advantage of the reps that are in front of him this month. And there's a bunch of them in front of him because they're being so cautious with Dylan Sampson. And you've got Cam Selden who can't go through contact. So,
and Peyton Lewis was in a red jersey today.
Yeah, so you've got opportunity galore for Deshaun Bishop, and he's taking every advantage of it he can. You're going to see Deshaun Bishop on the 31st. He's playing football in Neyland Stadium in that opener. He's going to get some carries, I think.
I just love when Adam Sparks asked him, like, so you expect to play? And he was like, yeah. Like, it was like, are you kidding? Why are you asking me that question?
You're going to see him play.
I mean, like, he's a very confident kid,
sure,
but a mature kid, a much more mature kid than he was just a couple of years ago. Chris Brazel making circus catches, that's going to be routine. Even Caleb Webb talked about that. He goes, I know that one that's floating around on social media, but it's kind of common out there with him. He makes tough catches.
Yeah, and I think his transition into this offense has gone well. And he talked about what he learned from spring to fall and the amount of work he put in this summer to learn the playbook better to allow him to play faster, that he's not thinking. Because there's so many choice routes and reads that the receivers have to make. It can slow you down if you're not confident. And he's gotten much more comfortable in the offense and understanding that, which is allowing him to play fast. And by playing fast, what you're seeing is a very confident, very productive Chris Brazel.
I asked Caleb Webb, do you feel the pressure to be out there? You were in red jersey, but it was short-lived, and you were quick to, get right back out there in the regular color jersey. He said, well, I think we just all feel the pressure from the standpoint of, none of us want to let our brother have to take a bunch of reps because then it increases the chance of injury. We want, yes, it's competition, but like it's also trying to help your other teammates.
Yeah, I mean, they run a lot in practice, but those guys are internally competitive. They don't want to take days off. They don't want to miss reps. And Caleb Webb's trying to take advantage of every opportunity he has with this group. And, the question remains just how many will they play? How deep will that rotation be? And they're trying to manage them, because they do run a lot, and they're trying to make sure you don't get tweaked hamstrings and that type of thing here late in camp. And I know there's a scrimmage coming up on Thursday. It'll be interesting to see who all goes and how they manage themselves the rest of this week and get into that mock week next week, which is true game-like, and get to the finish line to play. I think because this is an experienced team with a lot of answers already solved, you're just trying to get to the finish line and play a football game.
That's right. Tennessee will scrimmage tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. at Neyland Stadium. We'll have Josh Heupel's comments afterwards right here at Volquest.com. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price.